What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I am so excited and so grateful to actually be filming right now. We'll talk a little more about that in the video. The last couple days have been a little rough, but I am here and I am back and I am filming. That's why you guys did not have a video during the week this week. So like I said, we'll talk about that in the video. But today we're filming one of my favorite types of videos to film, which is a testing new drugstore products. So the drugstore has dropped a ton of new stuff recently. Definitely comment down below if there's new drugstore stuff that you guys want me to test out on my channel. Comment it down below so I can check it out. But I got a full face of stuff to test today. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, you guys. So basically for the past 3.5 days, we have not had any power in my house. So I'm very happy that I can film now because we have power. I'm gonna jump in now by refreshing my face. This is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Prep and Set Water Mist. I tried out the rose one and I really liked it, but they also have a cucumber scent one. So I'm gonna go in with this today. So the first couple products that you guys are gonna see me use today, I'm gonna just spritz this on my face. This is so refreshing. It has a really nice, like, light cucumber scent. It's not like overbearing. I'm not the biggest cucumber fan. Like, I normally kind of pick them out of my salads and stuff, but the scent is nice. It's nice and fresh. But these first couple products I actually have tried. So it's like a half first impressions because I basically tried to film this video when we were out of power. I'm gonna talk and test the products at the same time. So up next, we're gonna go in with the Physicians Formula Natural Defense Foundation. So this is brand new from Physicians Formula. It is SPF 30 and it's supposed to give a nice sheer coverage. So basically, because of Hurricane Isaias, I believe is how you say it, it hit New Jersey pretty hard, and so we have been out of power. So I tried to film this video when we didn't have power, just using natural daylight, because obviously my studio lights and stuff wouldn't work, but it was so hot in my house that my camera overheated, and I think I like broke it because it still doesn't work. So this is what this foundation looks like. I am going in with the shade Light. So I got as far as finishing powder and then I had to stop because I basically broke the camera because it was like 90 degrees in my house because the AC and stuff wasn't working. But thankfully it's back and kicking now and we're filming the video again. So this shade is a little light for me, I think. I think if I had light medium, that would be perfect. I'm just using light. So I might mix in a little bit of like a darker foundation if we go in with a little bit more just to blend it a little bit better. But if you guys see, it literally just melts into the skin. It doesn't give much coverage, like, you know, my redness and stuff still peeks through. I have a blemish over here which is still peeking through, so it's very light coverage, but I can't knock it for that because that's like what it claims to be. You know, it's not like it claims to be a full coverage foundation. So that is what it looks like basically with like one layer. It gives a nice kind of like blurred look to the skin, but again, not a ton of coverage. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of this, but I'm gonna mix in a little bit of the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. You guys know I love this. Just to deepen up the foundation a smidge, just so it matches a little bit better to my neck. So I'm just mixing them together. See my finger, I don't really need too much. That should be perfect. And then I'm just gonna blend that all out. I actually really like the finish that this gives. It's like a more natural finish, not super dewy, but not matte either. Kind of right in between, so it is really pretty and nice for kind of like no makeup look days where you just want a little something on your skin but nothing that's really gonna like give a ton of coverage or anything. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Mixing in that Lumi Glotion just helped to amp up the color a little bit. Now I'm gonna jump in with the concealer from the collection. So this is the Physicians Formula Natural Defense Total Cover Concealer, and this also has SPF 30, and I have this one in shade Fair. So this is a little sponge tip applicator. Again, you can see obviously I used it when I tried to film this the first time, and this is much more full coverage. So I'm gonna go in with this underneath my eyes. This reminds me a lot of the Maybelline, what is it called? Instant Age Rewind. Similar kind of sponge tip applicator. So I'm just gonna put that on my under eyes. Oh my gosh, I think I just saw lightning. Now, I'm like, if the power goes out again, y'all, this is gonna be the world's craziest video that I tried to film so many times. But yeah, not having power for the last 3 days, which first and foremost, I know is literally just like a minor inconvenience. There are so many more serious and horrible things going on in the world than me not having power. It's literally not even an issue. Oh my gosh, here comes the thunder. But it has definitely taught me, as many things in 2020 have taught me, to never take anything for granted and be grateful for what you have. Because not having power for that long was like a little crazy, because like I didn't really realize we couldn't shower or anything. You know, obviously no lights, you can't charge anything. We actually still don't have internet or TV. they said that could be like a couple more days. So, and we unfortunately lost like all of the food in our fridge and freezer. We had 3 huge garbage bags that we had to throw out. I'm gonna go in and just blend this out. I don't, it obviously stinks because it's just such a waste of food, but it is what it is, you know. As I said, very minor in the grand scheme of things. But I'm definitely very grateful to have power back now and that my house isn't 90 degrees anymore and I can film without my camera overheating on you guys. But this concealer is actually really nice because it gives a much fuller coverage than the foundation does. So I kind of like the combo of that together, like a more lighter coverage foundation and then a more like a higher coverage concealer so that you can conceal the areas where you need more coverage. And it blends out really nicely and easily. And it does give a better coverage than I think I first expected. I think a lot of like brands put like total cover or like whatever on their concealers to make you think they're gonna be really full coverage and then they're just not that good. But this one I actually really like, and it does not feel drying to the under eyes either. The thunder is really going behind me. Oh my gosh. Okay, now complexion is done. I'm gonna go in and just set the under eye concealer. This is the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana. You guys know I always use this. We're gonna use a new powder to set all over the face, but I'm just gonna use this to go in and set my under eyes. But comment down below if you were affected by Hurricane Isaias. Thankfully our house did not sustain any major damage or anything. There was a lot of downed trees. A lot of my friends had issues with like trees falling on their homes and stuff, which is so scary. But we did not sustain any serious damage, so hopefully you guys all stayed safe in the storm and everything is okay. Really just the worst we got was the power, which is what it is. Okay, and now we're gonna jump in to set the whole face. This is again from the Natural Defense line from Physicians Formula. This is like a new line they came out with. So this is the powder and this has SPF 20 in it, which is great. Also be sure that even if your products have SPF in them, it's not enough to protect against the sun all day long. So please also wear an additional SPF, even if you're using products with SPF in them, like if you're gonna be spending the day outside or something. But I think it's great to have that added SPF in a powder or a product that you're gonna be using. Because I actually like to set my sunscreen just as I do like with my foundation. If I'm not wearing any foundation or concealer or anything, I go in with my sunscreen and then I will set it with a powder because in my own mind, that makes me think that it'll stay better like throughout the day if I'm gonna be like out in the water or something. And so this is a great powder for that because it also has SPF 20 in it. And it's just a nice fine finishing powder that doesn't make my face feel dry or anything. So I do really like that. Okay, so that's how far I got in the other video. So at least we made it further this time. So everything now is gonna be new. I am just gonna jump in and do my brows. I don't have a new brow product, so I'm just gonna do them real quick so that we have those filled in. And then we're gonna jump in with a brand new palette that I'm super excited about. So let me just get these brows in place and I will be right back. It literally looks like pitch black outside and it's 4 o'clock. This weather is getting to be a little scary this summer over here. All right, brows are all done, so we're gonna move on to the eyes. For our eyes, we're gonna be going in with the brand new ColourPop Garden Variety Palette. This is so beautiful. Like just the packaging, I'm like, yes. And this palette is stunning. You definitely get a really nice mix in colors. You have like your peachy pinks, you have your purples, a little pop of green, and then some golds in here. So there's a lot of variety for both more like neutral looks, and you can also do some colorful looks as well. So I think I kind of want to do like a purpley eye today because I haven't done one of those in a while. So I'm gonna jump in first with Prickly Please. And I'm just gonna use this as a transition shade in the crease. This is more of like a peachy kind of shade. So I'm just gonna bring that into the crease and upper crease area so we have something in there as a transition. And this is a matte shade. So just buffing that back and forth in windshield wiper motions. Then right beneath that, I'm gonna jump in with Over the Bloom right here. This one has a little bit of shimmer to it, but it doesn't look to be like super shimmery. Ooh, wow, she is pigmented. So I'm gonna jump that in the crease and just buff that in there. This look is looking very peachy even though I said purple, but trust me, we're gonna go in with the purples next. I just wanna build up some lighter shades first, and I like to really use like as many colors in a palette as I can when I do eye looks like this, like especially when I'm testing new products so that I can use as many shades as possible for you guys so we can see how they work, because not all eyeshadows are the same, honey. Now I'm gonna jump in with Clay Day, and I'm gonna build this in the crease. This is like in between like a pink and a purple, but it's a little bit deeper of a shade before we go in with that deepest purple. It's definitely pulling more pink on the eye just because I already have those peachy tones. And this again has a little bit of shimmer to it, but nothing crazy. It's not like a metallic. So it blends totally fine. It doesn't like poof out when you blend it. Now we're gonna jump in with Stuck on You. This is a matte purple. So I'm gonna pack this in the outer corner and then I'm gonna start to build it in the crease. But I first wanna just pack that color on to get that depth and then start to blend it upwards. I switched my brush to a little bit more of a fluffy brush just to build it in the crease and just to start to introduce that purple. I'm getting a little bit of fallout from this shade, but it is pretty pigmented, so nothing that can't just be wiped away. But this shadow is really, really pretty. And I'm just gonna build it up same way on the other side. You always want to go in with a little bit of product and then build it up as necessary instead of going in with a lot and then trying to blend. I've learned the hard way many times. So especially with deeper colors, I'm more cautious. And I like to like gradually build them up to get them how I want. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with Synergy. This looks like a really pretty like shimmer. Woo! Or wait, no, this is Smudge Off. Synergy is the shade on top of it. So sorry, Smudge Off. And I'm gonna pack that just with my finger on the lid. And I'm focusing this kind of on the center of the lid. We're gonna go in with another color more towards the inner corner. So I'm packing this in like the center and more towards the outer part. And then more towards the inner corner, I am gonna go in with Synergy. And this one is a bit lighter of a shade. I'm gonna put that more right in here. They don't look a whole heck of a lot different on the eye. This one's just a smidge lighter and a smidge more pink, where the other one's a little bit more purple. But I feel like on the eye, it's kind of hard to tell the difference. Gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Then I'm gonna go in with a Wavelength right here, this light shimmer. And I'm gonna use that to highlight. So on the inner corner, I'm gonna pop it in there, just as a little bright pop. And then right beneath the brow bone as well. Ooh, this is so pretty. I love that. I'm always a sucker for a shimmer highlight. It's just popping that on there to emphasize that arch in the brow. Then on the lower lash line, I think I want to try one of the greens, because normally I would just do like a darker purple or something on the lower lash line, but again, I want to try as many shades as I can from the palette since we're testing it. So I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Best Buds right here, this darker green, and use that on the lower lash line. And I'm just gonna buff that right down here. It's a shimmer, so it definitely comes off a lot lighter on the eye, like almost more like a lime kind of green. So it's pretty, but probably better suited like all over the lid, not as like a under eye shade as I'm using it, but we're gonna rock and roll with it. I hope it's showing up on camera. Like you can see it in real life that it is a green, but it's definitely like a lime, where I feel like it appears much darker in the pan than it really is on your eye. Okay, I'm gonna jump in with a liner. I don't have a new one, so I'm just gonna jump in with this one from Ofra and just line my lid. I like to do winged liner when I have like a different kind of color going on in my lower lash line than I do up top, because they don't kind of seamlessly blend together up, so I like to like break it apart basically with the liner. Just a little tip of something that I like to do. So I'm gonna do a little wing today. Doing winged liner on camera is always hard. One of my least favorite things. So I feel like I always make the weirdest faces when I'm like trying to concentrate. Okay, now in the waterline, I'm gonna go in with a green liner. This is the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Teaspoon, and hopefully that'll make that green on our lower lash line pop a little bit more. So I'm gonna go in with this on the waterline so we can really see that green. And I'm gonna just tight line with it as well. Okay, up next for mascara, we're gonna jump in with a brand new from Essence. This is the Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes Smudge Proof Volumizing and Defining Mascara. So some Essence mascaras I like, others I don't. So let's see, this is new. This is what the wand looks like. Doesn't really look like anything special, just kind of a generic wand, but we'll go in and wiggle this on my little lashes and see how it does. So far, I feel like it's kind of hard to like coat the lashes with it. I don't know, it's like not really doing that much. So that's about one coat, I would say. I don't know that I love this. I feel like it isn't doing a ton for my lashes. It's kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a drier formula, which normally I like, but it's almost maybe a little too dry, where it's like not really coating my lashes. Like it's taking a while for me to even get like build up color on my lashes, because my lashes are clear. So mascara, obviously I can see it initially as soon as it's going on because my lashes aren't dark. And I feel like it's taking a couple swipes just to even build up color on them. And even though it's a dry formula, it's like kind of sticky. I don't know how to describe it. I'm gonna try and continue to build it up and see. All right, so I'm on like 3 or 4 coats at this point. I was able to build it up a little bit more. I think it does a good job at defining the lashes. I'll definitely give it that. Like if you don't like clumpy lashes, which like who likes clumpy lashes? Nobody, but like it definitely defines the lashes, but I think because of that, it doesn't give that much like volume to them or length or anything. And I just don't have like the nicest natural lashes. So I kind of need something that's gonna give me a little more help. If you want something more natural that's just gonna give you some definition to your lashes, if you already have like thick, long lashes, you might like it. For me, I just feel like there's better Essence mascaras out there. I'm gonna just go in and put a little bit on my lower lash line. But yeah, this mascara, not my favorite. I feel like I need a little more help when it comes to my lashes. Okay, so because I don't love the way that mascara looks on my eyes, I am gonna just pop on some falsies. These are the Salon Perfect 670s, just so I can amp up the eyes a little bit. All right, so just gonna pop this on. Okay, eyes are done. We just have to let that lash glue dry. So we're gonna go in and finish off the face. For bronzer, we're gonna jump in with this new one from CoverGirl. This is the CoverGirl True Blend So Flushed High Pigment Bronzer. This looks like it has some shimmer to it, so I'm excited as like a nice little all over bronzer. Ooh, this is really pretty. Oh, I love that. We needed to add some life back into this face. I feel like it was just like such a wash with the bright eyes. This is exactly what it needed. I love when bronzers are like have a sheen to them, but they don't have actual glitter in them. Like it's hard to tell, I feel like, in the pan because it almost looks matte because there is no like visible glitter or anything, but it does add a nice sheen to your face and just makes you look like extra kind of glowy. So I love that in bronzers. So this is really, really pretty. I like this a lot. And they have new blushes in the So Flush line as well from ColourPop, so we're gonna try those out too. Okay, so for blush, again from the same line, this is the CoverGirl True Blend So Flushed High Pigment Blush. This one is in the shade Sweet Seduction. Let me open up this little seal thing. This looks really pretty, kind of like a dusty pink, but a little deeper. And I feel like this is gonna be the same thing where it's gonna have like a sheen to it without having like glitter. So I'm gonna go in on my cheeks. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I love this. Like in the right light, you can see like a goldeny kind of glow. So that is beautiful. It's like the exact same kind of formulation as the bronzer. These are so pretty. I wish they came out with a highlight like as part of this, but I think it's just 2 blushes and a bronzer. So CoverGirl, we're gonna need a highlight from you with this same beautiful sheen. Wow, very, very pretty. For highlight, we're gonna jump into this new palette from Wet n Wild. I swatched this the other day when I got it in the mail and I was blown away. So I'm so excited to actually use it on my face. So this is their new blush lighter palette. So it's a little quad. It is limited edition. I'll do swatches. You get 2 highlights and 2 blushes so I can show you guys. So those 2 highlights in the middle, like those took my breath away. Obviously the blushes are pretty too, but I'm gonna go in with this highlight up here. It just looks so pretty. This is the swatch. It looks like it's a mix of like gold but also pink, so I love that. It is really thundering out and my lights are making all sorts of weird noises, so I'm like, oh my gosh, don't die on me, please. Oh, we're almost done. And there's a brush in this collection as well, so I'm gonna use the little smaller side to do the highlight. All right, let's go in and see. Oh my goodness. Wet n Wild always kills it on highlights. They make the best. Like this honestly might be one of my favorites from them. Like it's so, okay, also this palette smells really good. It literally smells like candy or something. So I like the smell, but just that mix of like gold and pink, it's that perfect in between because sometimes highlights are either pink or they're gold, where this one's like exactly in between, like a beautiful mixture of both and just so stinking pretty. Wow. Wet n Wild, man. Y'all kill it. Oh, ooh, it literally smells so good. I can't like place what it is. It's like cherry or something. I don't know. It smells like candy. And this highlight is so stunning. Wow. Yes, ma'am. Next for the lips, we're gonna jump in. CoverGirl came out with these new liquid lipsticks. These are their Outlast Ultra Matte 24-hour liquid lipsticks. So this one I thought would go nice like with our eyes. The shade is Beso Rosa. I still have the smell from the highlight like on my face and I'm literally obsessed. So if someone has tried this palette and you know what the smell is, please let me know because I like it. All right, so we're gonna go in on our lips. Oh wow, this comes off a little brighter, I feel like, on the lips than it does in the packaging. Like I feel like it looks more like dusty, like a dusty rose in the packaging. Not dusty like as in like not cute. Where it's a bit more like vibrant and brighter on the lips, but still very pretty nonetheless. It has like a light kind of vanilla scent to it. And it definitely has like a moussey texture. Like it goes on already like pretty matte, where some liquid lipsticks go on like a liquid and then they dry down to be a matte. This one doesn't, so it goes on matte from the jump. Sometimes those kinds scare me because they can be more drying, but upon initial application it doesn't feel overly drying to my lips, so I would say that it's okay. I'll update you guys down below in the description box if it changes as I continue to wear it. Sometimes over time it can get more dry, but it feels comfortable even though it is like pure matte. We have so much bright colors going on today. Oh my gosh. Okay, now last but not least, I'm so excited because I purchased this a couple weeks back when I saw it in Walmart. This is new from Maybelline. This is the Lifter Gloss and it's supposed to have hyaluronic acid in it. So I purchased the shade Moon because I thought it was really pretty, but I've been saving it to use it in like a testing new drugstore products video. So finally get to use it today. Gonna go in. Ooh, wow, this is like a thicker, like creamy consistency. It's not like a thin little lip gloss. Definitely thicker consistency, but it feels really nice. Very like nourishing. Like it almost feels like, what is that called? Like petroleum jelly, like Vaseline sort of like feel to it. But I kind of like that mix with the matte, you know, liquid lipstick. Super, super pretty. And I'm obsessed with the fact that so many brands are starting to put hyaluronic acid in their products. So it's also kind of like doing something good for your lips too, I feel like, at the same time. So I like that a lot. And then we'll just set everything in place one last time with the Clean Fresh CoverGirl Mist. This feels so nice and refreshing. And that is everything, you guys. We finally made it through the video. Yay! Without our power going out. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!